Doug Stanhope, and this is my gal pal Bingo, and we're doing Howard's Serious Show for the very first time, so I can use a potty mouth and say dirty words.
You think this new environment that Howard has is going to benefit you today?
Yeah, I hope so. I won't, or maybe it'll suck. Maybe now I won't have an excuse. I used to be able to say, well, geez, I couldn't swear, so I wasn't funny. Now I have no excuse, so maybe I'll just suck.
Now, Bingo, Howard's probably going to want to know all about you. Are you ready and willing to give it up?
Yeah, I'm willing. I mean, if it's interesting to someone, sure.
All right, cool. Have fun in there today, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, Doug Stanhope's here.
Great comic, man.
And he's got his girlfriend here, too.
Yeah, I think you absolutely need to meet her, Howard.
Is she super hot?
Well, she's cute, but that's not what's going on there. Well, he'll tell you. I mean, they're old friends. They just reconnected about a year ago. They live together now. She called him as soon as she got out of the mental institution.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
She was in a mental institution?
Yeah, she's got an interesting story. She'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, I went out with a chick who was institutionalized.
Yeah, but you didn't date her after.
No. I knew she must have been crazy.
That's hardcore.
By the way, I
asked her like, what exactly was going on. A friend committed her, and she told me that she would walk around the house looking for nails to bang her head against so she could, bleed and stuff.
Now she's with Doug?
Yeah, now she's all fixed up.
He takes care of the torture.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
By the way, I got to compliment Doug. You might share this opinion. I don't know, but maybe you liked it. I finally saw The Aristocrats.
Yeah.
It's the biggest waste of time.
Oh, I hate it.
It was the most.
What do you mean I like it? I hate it.
I forgot what you thought about it.
Well, they were an
You
advertiser.
didn't watch it, did you?
I did. I watched some of it. They were an advertiser at K-Rock, so it was awkward, but it was like the worst friggin' movie ever.
It was on some sort of cable thing. I put it on. I said, I'm going to sit down because I know a lot of people in it.
Right.
I'm like, okay, fine. And it was the single most annoying. Like after 20 minutes, I'm going, is this still on? Like, and they don't let anybody say the joke. And it's George Carlin, who I idolize, of course, but at his absolute worst, being very verbose and serious about comedy and.
Well, don't bring in Doug. Yeah, I was going to take a break, Gary. Then I was going to interview.
You just said let's bring him in.
No. What's up, Gary? Hey, Doug. I was going to do something.
I heard you say let's bring Doug in.
Well, no, I said let's stop. We're going to bring Doug in. I got to take a break.
All right, I'm sorry.
But to act like we didn't meet yet.
Yeah, this didn't just happen.
This didn't just happen.
All I heard was let's bring Doug in. I'm sorry. I was just, trying to do the right thing. Don't look at me like that when he's playing that song. He's staring at me.
What?
It's weird the way you stare at me when those songs play.
I'm staring at you. I'm staring at the sign Sal's holding over your head.
God, let him have it. Just drop him.
He punched him.
Don't punch him.
God, give me the old Uniondale right cross.
I was wondering, you were looking at me like really weird.
I'm reading the signs. He's got one that says moron and one that says dumb. And then it has an arrow pointing to the top of your head. They're beating the shit out of each other.
With tools this time.
What's going on back there?
I could kill him right now. I really could.
Wow.
Oh!
That's your first rule is he's okay. The first rule, don't push so hard.
That's like jackass.
All I did was let go of him.
That was great, Gary. That was a great move.
It worked.
That's a great moment.
I didn't even do anything but let go of him.
That was the best.
All right, let's take a break.
Holy shit.
Doug's coming in with his girlfriend who just got out of a mental institution.
Sal is like the least athletic guy.
Totally.
By the way,
he's half a fig.
I know. Do you think that that's really Doug's? Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
There's the replay.
That's great.
The two of them were fighting over the sign, and then Gary just let go of it, and Sal goes flying on the floor. That'll be on Howard TV.
Nice guy.
Great.
All right. Anyway, do you really think that's Doug's girlfriend, or is it a shtick?
Is he sticking us?
They have a very if it's shtick, they have a very good story because they give you the whole.
Her whole head is shaved.
Right. It's been
She's
shaved.
cute.
She's cute, but her whole head is shaved.
Maybe that was for the electrodes. We got to find out.
All right, we'll find out right after these words.
You thinking it's a bit?
I don't know. I never know with Doug. We'll be back right after these words.
Sal.
Yeah.
One of these times, Gary's just going to completely kill you.
I know.
Will you
It's
ever
okay.
fight back physically?
I'm not a fighter. I don't like to fight, but if Gary wants to smack me around, that's good for Gary. I break his balls, so if Gary's way of retaliating is to beat me up, good for him. Let him beat me up. It's fun.
Is this going to deter you from holding signs over his head?
No, not at all. That's the thing. See, that's what I do. I hold the signs. I poke them. You know, it's like poking a gorilla in a cage. And, you know, Gary once in a while gets out of it and he beats me up. So
sometimes the animal escapes?
Exactly. Sometimes the animal escapes.
Doug Stanhope is here. He's a comic. He's a funny guy. Very, very funny guy. And he's been on the show many times terrestrially.
I've worked with him on the road. He's just fucking A-list type shit.
I imagine satellite is 10 times better medium for Doug Stanhope because...
Yes.
And this is a girl... Are you really... let you guys get set up and get the headphones
let her
on.
sit down.
Doug, I got to know if this is for real or not because you're dating a girl whose head is completely shaved. And I'm not saying she's not a cute girl because she is.
You're dating Squeaky Fromm.
Yeah. I mean, Doug, is it a bit or is this really your girlfriend?
Yeah, we've been together over a year.
Is
they
that
live
true?
together.
You know what's very funny though, Artie, is I don't know. I shouldn't even bring this up, but no, because my wife and I split up right before we got together.
I was going to say, aren't you married?
Yeah, well, it was never legal. You know, we called ourselves married, but yeah.
But you were never really technically married?
No, this gets into so many long stories. I've been
got another
legally
wife,
married
too, though.
since I was like 20 to a chick I knew we got married as a goof in Vegas.
Oh, so
And
you're
a chick I
legally
knew 2
married
weeks
to somebody else.
for like 20 years or whatever.
You're married to... legally married to someone.
Someone I have no idea.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah. So
why won't
You
you
wouldn't
get...
even know where to contact her to get the divorce.
He doesn't remember her last name.
Now, your name is Bingo, right? Are you a comic as well?
No.
You're not a comic. You're not in show business.
No.
And she just cut a CD.
You sing.
You sing?
She's a musician, but
she's very pretty.
Very pretty because it's hard to have your head totally shaved and be pretty. You know, I mean, you're as bald as Curly from the Three Stooges.
Why are you bald?
Why are you bald? Does it have to do with your mental condition?
Not at all, actually. I just had a very bad haircut and shaved it off 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh. I like it.
It's different, and you're cute. What did she look like with hair? Was it you never saw her?
Yeah, I met her with hair. No, I met her after a show like 6 years ago or something.
It's almost
8 years ago. Yeah, in Portland, and she had hair.
I bet you'd be really pretty with hair. I mean, because you're not bad bald. You're really cute.
I'm trying to think, like, with hair, I think she would look like Winona Ryder, I think.
You think? You're putting hair on her?
I'm putting hair on
You got a good
That's
body,
it.
right? I mean, what's that weird dress you're wearing?
Goodwill clothes.
Are you broke?
Well, I mean, that's... Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been dating a year, and you're in love?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you two on substances?
Not in that. I mean, not in that goofy the first 2 weeks bullshit you go through. But that's gone.
And what's the mental institution thing going? What's up with that? Because that would really freak me out.
Yeah.
You guys live together?
Yeah.
No, we do now. This happened before
Oh.
that, yeah.
And you live together and you're not freaked out by her being in a mental institution?
No, actually, we met after a show like 8 years ago and screwed around, comic audience kind of relationship.
You went to the comedy club, you saw Doug Stanhope doing his comedy.
You were impressed with him on
me when I was
stage.
22.
He what?
Yeah, sodomized me when I was 22.
You were 22 years old, you went to a comedy club with your friends, I assume, and you saw Doug on stage, you saw he was a bright guy and funny guy, and afterwards he went down on you, or you blew him?
He was talking about someone's tits while he was on stage, and they were small and perky, whatever. And then I had brought my friend who was in a wheelchair to the comedy show, and I had to wheel him to the bathroom. And when I passed him, he's like, "Sorry about the tit comment." And I said, "Well, you owe me a beer then."
I see.
And then he ate me up.
Did he? And then he took you home and you made love to him that night?
No, I think it was, because she was doing this. She was a massage therapist at the time, so she offered me a free massage. And
you banged her back at the hotel?
At the clinic.
Did you bang her?
It was the last night before I left town. But
Did you bang her that night?
Yeah, she says I sodomized her. I don't remember.
Sodomized as an anal sex? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, he gave it to you anally?
Was he looking for the right place but found the wrong place?
No, if I sodomized her,
I don't think he
knew.
thinks about it.
You think he just puts his penis wherever it goes?
I think that's more like...
Did you think it was weird you're a young girl and at that age all of a sudden this comic takes you to his room and then just puts it in your ass? Does that freak you out? Was that what made you
You know
mental?
what, you can tell he's smart and he's very kind, and you can can read that right away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone's gonna poon you in the ass, you want
You want him to
intellect
be kind.
and
Kindness.
Yeah,
The
kindness.
anytime the first time I'm with a girl, I never put it in her ass. It's a weird thing to do that, don't you think, Doug?
Well, this is 3 in the morning after a lot of
drinking.
Glug, glug, glug. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Doug didn't know where he was.
Were you turned off by him at that point that night because he put it in your ass?
No.
You just thought that was interesting, huh?
Did he put it in your vagina at all that night?
No.
No, just the ass.
This guy's smart. He knows I won't get pregnant.
Baby. I love you, but you didn't.
All right. I trust you.
You don't
You
even
would lie about a thing like that.
Was it good having it in your ass?
I don't know that time was particularly good, but we enjoyed ourselves. I mean,
Have you ever had it in your ass before that, or did he take your virginity in
No,
that sense? No,
he did not.
No, other men have done that. Wow. And was there an accident? Was there any?
No accident.
No duty involved?
Yeah. No one came up dirty.
Wow.
No. But anyway,
and if he gets the ass, if he gets the ass on the first night, where do you go?
Yeah,
our separate ways. That's the point.
Yeah, we didn't
I didn't
see
talk
each
again.
other
I talked to her on the phone a couple times, and I got a few random emails over the years. And now I'm in New Orleans, and I'm learning how to play saxophone, and that's great. And
you call her Bingo? That's her real name?
her last name's Bingaman.
Bingaman. So you're Bingo. Everyone says Bingo.
And you play saxophone?
Right.
If you go to her MySpace page, she's got a song that she just cut an album about being in a mental institution. She's got a song on her MySpace
How did you end up in a mental institution? You seem like a lovely girl.
Well, mine is genetic. So nothing happened to me. I was never raped or anything. And when it's
sounds like Doug raped you.
So
what you're saying is you're just mental.
Mine is genetic.
Yeah.
And when
What is the diagnosis? When did you?
Schizoaffective, bipolar, and then there's OCD and a lot of other little things. But
OCD is where you do those rituals, right?
Yeah, mine are. Everybody's are different. Like,
what are your rituals? What do you like to do?
I have a lot of weird food issues as far as like, I will eat the same thing no matter what it is for like months and months and months.
What,
never
nothing but
switch
pumpkin?
up.
Was it pumpkin?
Yeah, I gave myself carrots anemia. I turned myself completely orange because I was only eating
pumpkin.
It's very weird.
You only ate pumpkin.
And that's it.
And you turned orange.
I did.
Like a pumpkin.
When I first met her, she was eating nothing but tortillas with NutraSweet on them and rolled up. Whole wheat tortillas with NutraSweet. Like 7 or 8 packets of NutraSweet.
It's a cheap date.
But where do you take her? Who makes that?
Yeah, where do you buy that?
You can get it anywhere, Robin.
I don't understand.
But there's not a lot of logic to it.
Do you eat the same thing because you're afraid bad things will happen to you?
No, I think that really started when I would go into a store or a grocery store when there's a lot of people around, and I would just get so freaked out about being around anybody. So it was like, go into the store, get the same thing that you know that you're always eating. There's no decisions. Get out and
buy a pumpkin and get out.
I like that line of
pumpkin
thinking. I mean, I'm sort of that way too.
You ate canned pumpkin. Wow.
It just you make everything as simplistic as you can. I can't logically explain it. I'm medicated now and so much better, and I don't do that. I don't do that anymore.
What do you eat now? You
can go to a restaurant.
I can.
Oh, good.
You'll eat different things every day.
Yeah.
Right. So, how did you end up in the mental institution? Who institutionalized you?
Well, my friend was the one who took me into the hospital because it was just a really bad night. But we were seeing any doctor we could.
What were you doing that it was such a bad night?
For quite a long time, my friend had to quit his job to take care of me. But I was, I would black out, not know what I had done. But one of the more dangerous things is I would scan walls really quickly for any nails hanging out or corners, and I would just beat my head into it.
Into a nail.
Into a nail or corners or.
Wow. Doug, way to go!
Now, did that?
She's got hilarious. Like when we first got together, she was she wasn't as together as she is now. She's still.
She's responsible for the sound.
But I mean, she's got some really funny, crazy stories too.
Yeah,
like a lot of her crazy was absolutely adorable. She's got some.
You're really in love.
Yeah.
It was adorable.
I could see she's so cute that you'd want to just love her.
She thought she was pregnant with a sloth and actually signed up for Lamaze classes and sent out. She just told me this in the green room. She found when she was just in Portland, they showed her, what do you call it? What was it?
I had sent out baby announcements. And there were 3 people that showed me them, so I saw what I had done. It's definitely my handwriting and everything. But And I don't. This could have gone out to my relatives. I have no idea. But there were baby announcements, and at that point, I thought I was pregnant with a moose, and I had literally taken
a moose
baby pictures and cut out moose heads and glued them on there, and I gave it a name.
Glued moose heads on the babies.
It's horrendous. But
see, some people go like crazy. I think it's just a funny joke.
No, she wasn't kidding, though. That's the problem.
And I don't remember.
Now, when your family got these announcements of a moose, that you were giving birth to a moose, did they go, oh, my God, this is so sad. I mean, she's such a lovely girl, and it's such a problem. I mean, you must be the black sheep of the family, right?
I was for a long time. We didn't know what was going on. But
right. They probably thought you were just trying to be eccentric.
Honestly, that's how my younger life was. But when I started doing these things, it was after I got out of the institution, so that was much better. I was much less dangerous to myself.
So people probably misunderstood you going around banging your head into walls and giving out moose birth announcements. They probably thought, like, you know what, you're just being a pain in the ass and a weirdo, but you had a real mental disorder.
It got really bad. I mean, it was very dangerous.
For somebody who threw her head into nails and stuff, she looks good.
Yeah. Now, would you bleed, and would your head?
Yeah.
Be, yeah. And when I would imagine when you hit your skull against metal, a nail, it's very painful. Doug,
these are things you don't remember, though.
Doug, is this a woman that you feel can raise your children?
We're not having children.
You'll never have children.
I got a vasectomy, yeah.
You did have a vasectomy?
And I have an IUD, so we're not having children.
You're making doubly sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We should not breed.
Yeah, you don't want to moose. So how long were you in the mental institution for?
About 2 months.
Is that when you contacted Doug and rekindled the relationship?
No, that was about a year after I got out.
I see.
Yeah, I really didn't talk to... I had no connection with anybody for about a year after I got out.
Were you one of the worst mental people in the mental facility?
No.
There's much worse.
There is much worse. Mine goes like this. So when I'm leveled out,
makes roller
I can
coaster hand motion. Sorry, it's radio.
Did you have sex in the mental institution at all?
No.
No guys around. Nobody.
I did not.
None of the
I was
attendants.
not.
I mean, you're an attractive woman.
They do that. The staff does. They sleep with the patients. They do that.
Yeah, but you were not interested.
But they didn't
I was
sleep
not.
with you.
No, I didn't. No. That I remember. No.
And who committed you? Your parents?
No, my family didn't know about it at the time, but my friend had. His whole family flew me from New Orleans because things got really bad in New Orleans to Wyoming, and it just continued to get just.
When you look around this room, do you feel like banging your head into the wall at all? Or?
Yeah, are there any corners that are attractive to you?
What do they have you on?
I'm on a pretty hefty dose of lithium, and that's what's really worked.
What's the weirdest shit you ever did when you were completely full out mental?
I'm sure it was way worse before because I wasn't around before she went in the institution. But when she first,
when you fucked her in the ass, she was pretty mental. I bet. Was she doing weird stuff that night?
No, but since she moved down to Arizona where I live, like she'd go into episodes, and again, they were usually really funny. Like we found her, she was just wandering naked with her head painted in these I don't know
tribal. What were the paintings on your head? What were those?
One of the things that I had done for years. When I was getting sick is, I'd wake up the next day and I'd just have ink all over me.
She'll still do that.
I still do that.
You draw all over yourself?
So you write on yourself?
Yeah, I write.
And you don't even know you're doing it?
No, I will wake up with this stuff, and it's reminders of where you are, who you are, and
right, because you think you're losing your mind.
This is sort of like Memento. Remember that thing?
Yeah, the guy who wrote all over himself so he could remember. Well, I got to tell you, that's amazing.
But yeah, we found she's walking up the street, broad daylight in a rural residential area, talking onto a banana like it's a phone, completely naked.
You found her doing that?
Yeah, out in front of the house.
How do you honestly? How do you go out? And no offense to Bingo.
No.
But, isn't it scary going out with a girl who's talking into a banana? It's got to, like at some point, don't you want to sort of...
There were times where I'm like, all right, how much...
How long can you stay with this?
Yeah, how long...
Are you doing this for comedy, or are you doing this because...
I was questioning myself at first. Like, am I just going out with her just for the material value? And then I went, yeah.
She's adorable. Physically adorable. And a beautiful smile. And seems like such a...
sweet.
But I can't help thinking of this poor girl is so damaged.
Tortured, yeah.
Yeah, tortured.
No, I'm way better now.
But you still have ups and downs.
Yeah. I can still.
You haven't had a serious episode around me since that one we can't talk about on the air, but I'll tell you.
What?
Well, she caused she went on a small crime spree.
Oh, jeez.
Did you? What was the crime spree?
I'm not saying it because I'll tell you off the air.
Right.
It's not that I just. Yeah.
You didn't get caught.
It's not that big.
Yeah, she didn't get caught.
They're still looking for her.
You don't want to admit
they're
to a
looking
felony.
for somebody.
Yeah.
They put me on lithium too, and I hated
Really?
it. I was in the loony bin.
Shocking.
In I was in the loony bin in L.A. and New York, actually.
Really?
In L.A. they put me on lithium, and I hated it.
Why did you hate it?
I don't know. It just it made me feel like emotionless. I guess it affects people differently, and I was just sort of void.
Yeah,
People
but you're not full mental like Bingo.
I guess. I mean, I was
She
also
feels normal now.
I was also trying to stay off of coke, which was killing me. But like I just people would look at my face and just be like a blank. There was nothing there.
No
and,
emotion was around.
yeah,
She said for the first month she was like
It was
drooling
way more than a month. Like pissing myself. I mean,
Really?
drooling. You can't move.
That's hot.
I mean,
Yeah, I had that too, where you feel like, Ozzy Osbourne has his hands always suspended in the air. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I was walking around.
Did you ever try to kill Doug when you were mental?
No.
No?
You're not a killer.
You're not a killer, yeah. But what was the mental thing you said you could tell us about that she did? There was something. You can't
I don't
talk about the
remember.
crime spree.
Oh yeah, no, the banana. I'm trying to think of some of the.
driveway. Or...
And what happened in the driveway?
Oh, she painted the driveway bright red and sparkly with like 4 pounds of glitter. Or something.
Why did you do that? Did you just lose it? And you said you haven't had any mental episodes except one. What was that? The mental episode you had?
What? No, the one
I
recently.
have episodes.
All
They
the
still
time.
happen, and you can't put your finger on when it's going to happen. It
She's
could
almost in syndication. She's had so many episodes.
Wow.
She's going into syndication.
She's
bet
the
the
mash of crazy.
Is the sex great with you because you're so freaky? Is it great?
Yeah, and plus the shaved head, you can play around with your own homosexual fantasies from behind every now and then. Throw a boot camp fantasy in there.
Wow.
I was going to tell Artie, I was banging her from behind during the Pittsburgh Bengals playoff game where Carson Palmer got his ankle blown out.
Right, yeah.
Now, it's just, afternoon, like, so we're sideways from behind. I'm watching the game.
Nice.
And I have money on the Bengals.
Oh,
and when
God.
Carson Palmer gets his leg blown out, like, they put in John Kittner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you look a lot like John Kittner. And I got money on this.
Why are you banging her?
Shaved head, strong jaw. And I'm like...
You look like you bang like a mental patient, actually. You look great. I mean, I bet you got a killer body, too, right? Do you look good in a bathing suit?
I don't wear a
I
bathing
don't...
suit.
Yeah, I've never...
Yeah.
We don't wear.
And you run around the streets naked sometimes? I bet you look good. You have nice boobs?
They're tiny.
Yeah,
They're
but
perfect.
I
But they're
like that.
perky?
They're nice.
Thank you.
How old are you now?
29, almost 30.
Beautiful.
I'm such a degenerate gambler. All I can think about Palmer got hurt. I hope you bet on Pittsburgh.
Well, no, I had Cincinnati plus 7.5, and then I'm like,
shit.
now I'm like looking at my quarterback, going, am I jinxing this by banging her when she looks like my quarterback? And evidently I did because they didn't cover.
Too
it.
Right.
much, Doug. This is wild.
It's
but
crazy.
I mean, this is unbelievable what I'm seeing.
But look at all the energy she uses up when she has these episodes. Like, most people aren't productive. She's painting and...
Well,
she's
manic, obviously.
It's
You get-
very
Yeah.
manic. Like, I planted a whole silverware garden. You have to
It's
entertain
brilliant, though.
yourself.
I know.
That's kind of brilliant.
Because we go thrift store shopping all the time. That's why we have these clothes. We go thrift store shopping, and she's in a state where, again, it's usually very harmless, but she's just stockpiling all this, like, silverware and silver trays and just the silver ladles, and, like, just masses of this. And just
Bingo.
go, what are you doing?
When you planted the garden, did you really honestly believe that the silverware would grow?
I can't even tell you what I was thinking at the time. It was pretty to me. I liked it, and I needed it.
It looked fantastic.
But
It was something
artistically,
to do,
it would be brilliant if you planted silverware and then showed it to the public as a garden of silverware.
Or
I mean,
took pictures and silk screened it.
it's
or
very Yoko
something,
Ono.
yeah.
The thing is, you just have to have something to entertain yourself. You have to be doing something because you have so much energy.
it's awesome. It really is. It's wild what's going on with you.
And then do you like sack out and can't move and
You're out for. You can
Yeah.
be out for days.
I wonder if a lot of our great artists aren't mentally ill. Like, they come up with
Most of
such
them are.
great ideas.
Definitely.
That's the thing. In the institution, I mean, I met the most phenomenally brilliant people, and they will never come back. Mine, I go up and down, and I can understand.
Are you afraid that at one point you'll lose reality altogether? And
It's terrifying. terrifying.
Yes, it's got to be to lose one's mind.
But the only thing I can say is like to be able to even be here and have a conversation like this, I couldn't have done that a while back.
Lithium is your savior.
Yeah, it's really working.
All right. By the way, you're not here.
This is all in your head.
I don't want to shake you, but why would you be on the Real Howard Stern show?
Probably I am hallucinating.
You're hallucinating, right? I'm a rabbit.
I would like to listen to her music. I wish you guys had brought it in.
Go to MySpace/Amy Bingaman.
I think her music's crazy. I think Fred has a sample of it, actually.
She just finished mastering her CD, but this...
The one that's on the MySpace, unfortunately, I had written that 2 weeks before I got locked up, so I'm recording it myself.
How do you find that? Under Bingo on MySpace?
/Amy Bingaman.
All right.
You can go to his, and I'm on his.
On Doug Stanhope's?
Yeah.
Well, this is wild. What's going on in your personal life?
What the hell are you wearing on your feet, Doug?
Yeah, what is that?
He's got fuzzy socks.
I got fuzzy.
He's dating a mental patient.
This is just shit I was wearing on the airplane. So I got the fuzzy socks and the shoes that slip off easily. And
I like this relationship, even though it's somewhat hard to explain. I mean, it's very difficult to date a mental patient, I would imagine.
She's interesting. How often do you find that in a chick?
She's never boring.
Yeah.
Oh, you never know who you're with.
Do you think it'll last?
Yeah, a while.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, we get along so well.
She's logical. You can talk rationally to her. Like, yeah, we'll go out as long as it lasts if we get to a place where, it sucks.
No, all chicks say that.
Yeah, but
then you break up with them and they're all whiny and needy.
I am best friends with all of the people I've dated.
Really?
Really?
Well, everyone's afraid to yell at you.
Maybe that's true.
And what do you do sexually? Do you get into anything wild? Does your illness manifest itself in the bedroom? Do you ever get completely uninhibited?
No, I don't think I've ever banged you when you were in an episode.
In a state of that way.
I've thought about it.
Do you bring other chicks into the bed? I would imagine you're into that.
Well, we haven't yet, but I'm asked for a hooker
30th.
for my 30th birthday.
You want a hooker for your 30th birthday?
Me too. That's what I asked for.
What do you want to do? You want to have lesbian sex with the hooker?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried lesbianism?
I messed around, but I haven't actually slept with one, so I thought it'd be a great way to ring in the 30s.
Oh, my God. I tell you, I prefer every woman to be crazy.
When we first got together, at one point, I looked at her, I go, you're kind of obviously a lesbian, And she goes, yeah, I know.
She might be. Who cares? Let her. It's a roller coaster ride, and you're on it.
Sure.
Don't finger fuck about the details.
You should make it like a series and do something really big for like your 200th episode or something.
Well, Bingo, you're delightful. I must say, you really are.
You'd go out with her too. See?
With Bingo? Not a chance.
See what
I'm sitting here calling security.
You're missing the obvious thing here. They got along because Doug is clearly nuts as well.
Right.
Hey, Doug, didn't you like? Weren't you naked on some website with your penis?
I was always for a while. I was always getting naked. And every time I got drunk, I'd pull my dick out.
Howard, there's pictures.
He's got a big dick, though, right?
No, I got a small dick.
And you're pulling it out?
Long balls.
Long balls.
Long balls.
Long balls.
Yeah, it's really not pretty.
Is Doug's penis?
After a while, I started seeing too many pictures on the internet. Going, I better keep my clothes on.
Is Doug's penis too small for you?
No, not at all.
It's fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
When he put it in your backside, I guess it wasn't that
You
bad.
were happy. It was
fun.
small.
It was fun.
In comedy clubs around the country, Howard, there's pictures of Doug naked with waitresses.
I know.
You know that Doug's naked pictures somehow ended up on a gay website.
What was that about?
Don't
Doug?
they all?
There were a couple times where you'd check, see where the hits are coming from on your site, and then there were twice where they I forget the name of the site, but whatever. What is this site? All of a sudden, most of my hits are coming from, and I go there, it's all naked pictures.
So all of a sudden, you're like a gay comedian.
Yeah.
You have a whole different audience.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Bingo's looking at you like she's in love. I mean, I don't know if she thinks it's you or maybe Brad Pitt. I don't know, but she's way in love with you, dude. You must give it to her good.
My sex drive is awful.
Yeah, and that dress is wild that she's wearing. Bingo, that is wild.
Yeah, it's like some 1940s cocktail dress or just
$4.
Wow, good for you. I believe it, though. $4. You might have overpaid, but I like it. It all works somehow.
We were in Tampa, and she goes to the craft store, And she comes back and she's got this it's
This
like
was an
children's
episode,
glitter
man.
glue. It's like Elmer's glue, but it's purple. And she painted her entire head like Blue Man Group, and then goes sells my CDs after the show.
Nice.
That was a mental episode.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
You know, they found a picture of Bingo on her. It's on her MySpace account. And they go, "You want to see a picture of Bingo
That
naked?"
was the one with the
but
banana.
naked's the last thing you notice about this picture.
Let me see
She's
that.
painted her head and everything.
Let me
That
see.
was the time when she was with the banana.
Bingo, that's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
That was when she painted her head and she was running around the street talking into a banana.
Wow.
Wow. You don't. I mean, you look masculine there with your head painted. It doesn't even look like your beautiful face.
There's better pictures, but they were too graphic for MySpace.
Look at Bingo. Jeez, Bingo. That's not a good picture of you. I don't like it.
What does it make you feel when you see things like that?
I see what I've written on my forehead, and that's what gets me. It's
really?
5150.
What does that
What's
mean?
that mean?
Is that a
That's
Van
the-
Halen?
That's the code
that's the
for
crazy
it was.
code.
But it's
Halen?
no
5150
5150 was a Van Halen
I
album.
know, but I'm saying
But it's the code for
Lock up.
For lockup. Okay.
incarceration for.
I see you getting visibly shaken by
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's a.
Why do you put that on your MySpace account if it upsets you?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't put up any of those pictures on my MySpace. I don't know computers very well. He does this stuff to me.
Oh, Doug put it on.
Yeah, he puts it, and I have to go there and I look fat there. Take this down. No, like.
You mean
Yeah.
Doug takes your MySpace account and puts nude, weird pictures of you
Yeah.
up there? That,
I mean, I don't mind. I just.
you're getting
But
upset
I
by
didn't.
it.
No, but I didn't put that up there.
Oh, gee, Doug, don't you think that's a little cruel?
She knows that's something.
Oh no, I know it's up there, but I didn't. You're the one who set up all those pictures. I don't mind it. It just.
Sue
I'm
Doug
not
for everything he's worth.
I'm going to. That's why I'm here.
Poor Bingo. I feel bad for Bingo. All right, take the picture down of Bingo, for Christ's sake. I thought that you were proud of that picture.
Yeah.
So Doug, what's going on with you? I mean, you're not exactly stable either, because you'll go up on stage and just take ecstasy from the people in the audience.
And take
that was,
You know.
well, that made the paper. Yeah, that was just in Scotland. Someone handed me a pill. Yeah, I took it.
Aren't you
It was
afraid?
Weak ecstasy.
It was weak ecstasy.
No, I'm not. I'm afraid of not finding drugs in this country. I haven't even found ecstasy. Like it disappeared off the map like 4 years ago. When's the last time you even heard about ecstasy, Artie?
Does Bingo take ecstasy with you, or she's not allowed?
We've never found it.
You can't find any.
No.
The guy, you know what? My buddy's a cop, and he was like, the last 2 years, he said with ecstasy, it's really been a crackdown. It's insane.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Like you get caught with over 20 tablets, you do 5 years, like no questions asked or something.
So weird.
Yeah, Doug's a big satellite guy. He listens to Sirius all the time.
yeah?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. It's hard to go back to regular radio, isn't it? I don't listen to
No,
it.
this is impossible.
So, you said that you were in Ireland and you had a bad experience. You got booed off stage.
Yeah, it
You're such a
happens.
funny guy. I can't imagine you getting booed off
Well,
stage.
it was in the middle of one of the whole country was in the throes of some pedophile scandal. They had just passed some court ruling that allowed some pedophile to sneak out through a loophole, and the whole country was up in arms, like he's coming to fuck all of our kids. Like, they took it that seriously, and I was making some reference about how it was in relation to the specifics of the case with statutory rape, and like something to the effect of I've been looking at your women to see if I could tell like how old is legal, and like this. The point was, it came across basically I said that they were too ugly to rape. Like,
But you were on stage and you
was
told the women in the audience they were too ugly to rape?
I said that. I said by looking at you, if I did fuck one of you, it would be days before I even questioned your age, because I'd be worried what species you were. and by the time I even questioned your age, it would be 4 days later. And I thought, how long can one of these things live?
See, that's a good roast.
They shortened it to. He says Irish women are too ugly to rape.
So they booed because the.
Yeah.
Did you really think the women would find that funny?
How about the men returned to the comedy club to kick Doug's ass?
No, that was in Scotland. That
What
was
happened
a different.
there? What are you doing?
That
there?
was fantastic.
What happened?
This was actually about ecstasy, which is the weirdest thing, because I was hosting a show in Scotland. This fucking smoking ban saved my life. I'm just emceeing this late night dirty show, and I'm hosting, and I'm about to bring up the last act, and this girl comes up to me and says, "You know, I saw your show the first week at the festival, and you said something about ecstasy, and you shouldn't talk about ecstasy because my sister took one pill on New Year's Eve and died." And that's how, like, just as I'm about to walk on stage, and she just gives me this. So I went on stage and I go, "You want to talk about it? Let's talk now. What? If your sister died from ecstasy, it's because it wasn't ecstasy. It was some garbage, some douchebag mixed up in a bathtub in a basement. Don't blame ecstasy.
Right.
Medicinal." And she goes into the histrionics and. And she collapses on the floor crying because I'm making fun. I'm not making fun of your sister, but she wants to be a victim and she runs out the door. So I've already ruined this whole show.
Doug's defending ecstasy at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, so I go, here's the last comic, Scott Capurro. I don't know if you know him. He's this exuberantly fiery queer. like one of those. Nelly, you know.
Kind of a Rip Taylor kind of guy?
Almost.
A lot of gay energy.
Oh, where's my seltzer bottle?
Yeah. So I introduce him, and then I go out the back fire exit upstairs to have a cigarette because they passed the smoking ban. So I'm outside, and she had gone into the other bar, got these two monster rugby apes to come kick my ass. And they walk right into the showroom, and they walk up on either side of the comic, thinking that that's the guy who made, and they drop the fucking microphone. You know, you dropped the fucking microphone. And he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
I'm gay.
This gay guy's in the middle of a scrum.
I'm not on ecstasy. I'm gay.
What are you making fun of some dead girl?
Riot.
And he's like, "That's the wrong guy. Get the fuck off of my stage. You have the wrong guy." It took him
Comedy
like,
is so dangerous.
well, yeah. It's meanwhile, Sean Rouse, my buddy, you know Sean Rouse.
Yes,
he comes running up the back stairs. He's got rheumatoid arthritis, and to see this guy run, so there's a problem. He's like, "Get the fuck out of!" I had to flee my own show. Get out of the building. These monsters are looking for you.
It sounds wild, man.
Were you supposed to come back and do?
I was supposed to close up the show, and we'll get someone else to do it. Just flee the premises.
I have your music from MySpace.
Oh, wonderful.
Hear it. Let me hear what Bingo's music is like. Here we go.
It's yet another night where I
Is that you?
don't sleep. I'm in your hometown, and you're in my New Orleans.
What is it with mental patients in New Orleans?
It's a great town to be nuts in, I'll tell you that.
It is.
It is, right?
I've been nuts there before.
You got a nice voice.
Yeah.
It's a depressing song, but I like depressing. I do.
The album coming out has got. I mean, it's all over the map. There's all sorts of styles of music on it.
So yes, I guess
Doug likes it. I can see that.
where I am supposed to be.
Great voice.
For I seem to have
Bingo.
some strange tendency to show a bathroom just who is the boss.
I dig you, maybe.
She's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bingo.
American Idol's for you.
If you played my song and her song together, you think I was the middle piece.
That's true. That is very, very true. Well, let me tell you something. This is some relationship, and I'm way into it. I like the whole thing.
Yeah, could you guys stay? I just like to watch you.
That's it. Well, Doug,
So are you running for president?
there's been talk about. I hear you're running for president.
Well, that was
He's
until I
waiting
heard
to
you were
see
running
what
for
you're gonna
president.
do, yeah.
Doug could be on your ticket.
I'm not running for president. I haven't thought it through. I just know I'd be a better president than the one we have.
Yeah.
No one could do any worse. And I feel my policies are very sensible. And in fact, I was reading your platform, and it made a lot of sense to me. I'm very.
What's his platform?
What's the libertarian platform?
That kind of thing, yeah.
If almost anyone who reads the libertarian platform goes, well, that's what I believe ultimately, but it'll never win. Well, yeah, if you keep saying that, like everyone agrees with it, but I don't want to throw away my vote.
It's sort of like economic, fiscal responsibility, and self-government, and also don't get in the way of abortion and stem cell research and all that. It's like common sense stuff.
Yeah,
it's like cool stuff.
Do you really want the office, though? If we vote you in,
Do I want? No, there's nothing more boring than politics. But I mean,
I got to
So
tell you,
you're not wanting to win. If we elect
I
you,
just
you don't
don't
even want
wanna-
the job.
well, I don't want anyone to have the job. That's what the whole Libertarian
Well-
Party is about.
So abolish the government.
It's basically stripping the government down to small enough where even I could run it.
well, the
You should run
government,
it.
the government does run itself to a degree, and the fact of the matter is, if I do run, if I ever consider to run, it's just I'm going to end the war in Iraq in a day. It's going to be over the day I get elected.
That's
Everyone's
what
just going to come home.
I would immediately pull out troops and then pardon all nonviolent drug offenders.
Yep.
So you guys are the cut and runners. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
If you want to leave,
I'm a cut and runner.
you're a cut and runner.
I am so cut and run. You know why? Because if it was me or anybody else that is in my family that was over there, I'd cut and run right
That's
this
right.
day.
Doug
So-
would immediately get back the ecstasy.
Yeah, you can't find it right now.
Yeah.
I'd make Quaaludes legal again. I'll tell you that. I'd
You
make
know,
all
I
drugs
hate
legal.
to ever sound pro drug for kids, but it's funny. Like when I
Didn't hurt us.
when I was doing
We're
stand
your kids.
ecstasy was actually the one thing like I would pick over anything to do stand up comedy on.
Oh, really?
When I used to do it, like when I first started.
You did, what do you mean? You don't like ecstasy?
Even no. Like
He could work on it.
One hit of ecstasy was a perfect state of mind for me to go on stage and do stand up and not slur, my timing would be right.
It's hard to find drugs that are stage friendly. Like Coke,
Yeah.
Coke will just a bump if I'm doing 3 shows on a Saturday and that third show.
Too much is
I'm too
horrible.
liquored up, but yeah, one bump will get me cruising through. But it's hard to find a perfect mix. Mushroom, no hallucinogen is ever good on stage.
And drinking
And I've tried it
sucks.
over and over. Like I did a New Year's Eve show in Alaska that they still talk about as it's so bad on mushrooms. It seemed like a good idea.
Let me ask you
If
something.
everyone else was on mushrooms, it would have been fine.
Don't you, in a way, have a responsibility to your audience?
Fuck the audience.
If the audience is paying to see you,
Doug
don't you
hates
think?
Yeah.
He's
No, I
there.
don't. No, I don't.
You don't like the audience.
I don't think they
Don't
have
you rely
any,
on them to
Yes,
support
but-
you?
Yeah, but I don't have any. I don't think they have any specific rights.
Well, let me ask you something, though.
It's
If
like
you-
when you watch sports and
But
they
why-
go,
but why-
"Oh, fucking, the fans have rights too." No, you don't. You dope. If you can't entertain
But
yourself.
wait a second. If someone's paying to see you do a
Yeah.
comedy show, and you get up there and you're incapable of doing it,
Well,
don't you think that's bad for you?
Well, it's incapable of doing what?
A comedy, making people laugh.
Reading something I've memorized over and over again. I mean,
Listen to
people,
you.
honestly, people get as much of a thrill or more out of watching a train wreck sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
I've
that's
had
true.
people
So-
tell me that where they like my drunk, awful
Yeah.
show way
Right,
better.
right.
And I don't
He
know
keeps
if take
telling
that as a
himself that.
compliment.
That's how I started this story, is they still talk about how bad that show was. They don't talk
They
about
love
the
that they
one
were
time I
there,
did
yeah.
my
Right.
normal fine show. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes you take chances like that and you explode and
Right.
something fantastic happens. And
So-
other times you go in the toilet.
In
But-
other words, it's a good idea to get on stage, be high on something, and see what happens.
And my point
I'm just
was,
trying to understand.
My point was like one hit of ecstasy was like perfect for when I was doing sets in Manhattan all the time. Like 3 sets of stand up, 3 20-minute sets. It was like a perfect kind of high just to get through it, and it would take your inhibitions away. Like you weren't as nervous, and it was sort of a great
But
show.
why do you need to be high for your comedy act? Why not be high the rest of the day?
See, that's the problem. I started getting high the whole rest of the day.
Yeah,
I see.
It bled over.
So at least you were consistent.
I rarely do drugs on stage just
Right.
because they don't. Again, they don't really work that well for stage. Like,
Booze is the
alcohol,
worst. Yeah.
Alcohol, yeah, I'm
Too
always
much of
drinking.
it.
Bingo, do you mind when he's really high and he's getting amorous with you? You don't mind? No, it's fine. Anything goes with you. After what you've been up to, anything goes.
This is nothing. He's
Nothing.
nothing.
Look at
He's
you.
nothing.
Oh, look at Bingo and Doug. I like the combination of you two. You bring a certain class to Doug. Are you two monogamous, or are you?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
no
but
other people. Are you getting bored?
No, I'm bored with sex, just all around.
What do you mean?
What do you think
Fucking
of
the
that?
same person. For
No, just
a long-
fucking in general. Like that was the first thing I
tired of
thought
it.
when they busted that John Bonet guy.
Yeah.
Like just the first thing I thought was, you're 41 and you're still, regardless of the distasteful proclivities he has, just the fact that he's flying to the other side of the world just to blow a load at 41. Like, I'm 39, and sometimes just wearing a pair of pants is enough of an obstacle to stop me from jerking off. Like, I don't want to have to unbuckle.
In a way,
Sometimes it just boils down to proximity to a sock.
in a way, I kind of know what you mean. I'm like, I don't know. It's like I don't.
No, it's something we've done for so long, and he's right. After a while, it gets kind of boring.
Yeah, it's never hard for me to get laid. Like, you know, the guys said, yeah, sure, if you went through life and you didn't really
struggled.
because most guys don't get pussy, and I never really had any problem. Not that it was all good, but
you know what's happened to me in the last 6 months? In the last 6 months, I've gotten laid, I think, 3 times,
right?
Because of my shit with Dana,
right?
And so there's times where I'm so horny that I actually get pissed that I'm so horny that I have to jerk off because of the effort involved with jerking off. I'm like sitting on the couch going, fuck, can't I just get through Sports Center without jerking? But I'm fantasizing about some waitress I just saw, and I gotta get up and I have to use that energy. I'm lazy. I don't want to fucking do it, but I gotta blow a load.
I don't even blow a load. I don't jerk off anymore.
Well,
I rarely, yeah.
I mean, I really, but although I'm in a good relationship where we have enough sex
and
to
you
keep me
always say
happy.
whenever she's gone and you can't get sex, you do.
I mean, Howard, in the last 6 months, I'm gonna think 4 times I've gotten laid in the last 6 months, coming off a relationship where we were, together a lot.
Right.
And there's times I just gotta, you gotta just, you gotta drop a load.
I find myself jacking off out of boredom more than anything else, but that's the road, You're just saying.
Will Bingo jack you off though? Like
oh yeah,
yeah. Man, that's good.
Yeah,
I like that sometimes.
Yeah, I love a good hand job.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, me too. Bingo's
you used
good
to
at
complain about it when you were 16, like that's all you could get. Now,
Bingo, are you good at it because you used to be a masseuse and you know what to do to a guy?
I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think I'm just good at it.
When you were a masseuse, did you ever jack guys off for money?
Never.
Never?
Never.
That's too
But did you give a happy ending now and then?
No, not. I worked in a clinic. It was medical.
All right.
Yeah, I was bummed.
Yeah, I'd be thrilled if like a girl like Bingo, who's cute and everything, was giving me a medical massage and then jacked me off. That would be so hot.
That's what you've been looking for.
Right. So what do you do? Like when Doug's sometimes just laying there watching TV and stuff, you'll just put your hand down his pants and jack him off?
Lubricated hand jobs.
Yeah.
Oh,
sweet.
She's very
Yeah, you
smart.
can't
She
trust
knows
a girl
about the
for a
lube.
dry jack.
no, you got to be real good at it.
You'd have to be
I don't know
nearly
that I'm that
perfect.
good.
Are you good at oral sex too?
Yeah.
That's your call.
Is she good?
Yeah.
Some girls aren't that good at it. Right?
Yeah, again, I'm not a huge fan
Of oral?
Yeah, it's
Me neither, unless it's really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, are we gonna finish like this? Because even if I just want to, just give me a blowjob. Then you start blowing me. I'd rather fuck you because it feels better.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm the only guy I know who prefers to have sex with a rubber.
Oh, yeah?
What do you think of that?
I've done that just because I know I'm going to blow my load too soon.
Yeah, I just like it because I don't like all that much contact.
Wow, that's foreign to me. Like a bear there. Like God just made something right there, man. It just feels good.
I don't want to know you that well. You know what I mean, Robin?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Well, I got a little of the OCD bingo thing, too.
Right,
so
yeah, that's
know.
pretty bad.
Any more TV for you? You were doing the man show for a while. You hated that.
Yeah.
You don't bring that up.
I hated it. They hated it. I'll still get an occasional email. You fucking suck. You ruined the man show. And I'm like, yeah, no, I hated it too.
Killed the franchise.
Yeah,
you ruined the man show.
What do you think I liked it? What do you? Come on.
How do you think I feel ruining the man show? That's too much.
Think I wanted that on my resume?
Yeah. Known for that.
If you want more information on Doug, DougStanhope.com. But let's go to Hook Nose. Hook Nose Mike?
Good morning, Howard, you hook-nosed Jew bastard. Hey, Doug, what's going on with you saying, fuck the audience, bro?
Fuck the audience.
Dude, we're the people that fucking pay you, bro. What kind of shit is... I mean, I know you never know what you're going to get, bro, but we're paying for a fucking service. We're paying to go laugh, and we're paying to go see a comedian.
Yeah, but you don't cater to the audience because you don't know what the audience wants. And every one of you douchebags sits in the... Like, I'll do a show, and I'll have fans, and, well, you didn't do enough political stuff. And the guy next to him, oh, you didn't do the transvestite hooker story. And then there's other people that, I don't even know who you are. Why didn't you talk about the man show or Girls Gone Wild? Like, if you try to cater to the audience, there's no such thing. There's a bunch of individuals. So if you play to yourself, generally you'll have a good time, and that will come across to the audience, and then they'll have a good time.
All right, there it is. Dave, you're on the air.
Fuck you, Doug. You absolutely right. You people are paying money to see you perform, and you don't give two shits about them. You want to know what I hope?
What are you, I'm supposed to be in love with you? What do you want, a fucking Dane Cook?
I hope you motherfucker.
I'm so blessed to have you all supporting me.
I hope one chink is in the first row of your stage tonight.
Yeah, you hear what this guy wished on you? A chink.
You wished a chink on my front row? That, sir, that's you've crossed the line.
You've gone too far,
one
sir.
Chink.
One
That's
chink.
right. One
a single chink? You've cursed me. And you've cursed me and my family.
All right?
An interesting curse.
Deaf, dumb, and blind.
Thanks, Dave. And Dave, obviously upset. He wants you to love the audience, like Dane Cook.
I'm so blessed to have your support.
Yeah,
come on.
Is that what he says?
Go back to theater club.
You don't like that, right? You're more of a rock and roll comic.
Again, I'm not saying fuck the audience, but I'm not playing to the audience. I'm playing to myself.
No, but he's right. Everybody's different. Some guys will come up to you and say they want to hear a bit they heard on something before, and some of them don't. Well, who the fuck are you going to cater to?
Tito, you're on the air in San Diego.
Try to amuse yourself after
Hey,
this
Howard,
one.
how hot is she? Is she like Annie Lennox hot? Or, I mean, Sinead O'Connor hot?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She's definitely hot. No, I know. Bingo's a good-looking girl. There's no question. I think.
So what about putting a wig on her and getting her on the Sibium if she's willing?
I don't think.
Getting around what?
It's I've never seen it. It's like some kind of sexual device you ride and
you sit on it and you have an orgasm.
Do we need one? She says.
You sit on
Birthday's coming.
it. Bingo. You sit on it and you get an orgasm.
That's it.
That's it.
We should get one.
Is there penetration involved?
No
Really?
penetration.
We don't need a wig.
You want to ride the Sibian?
Sure.
Try it. Tell me if it's any good, though.
I will. I'll let you know.
Every other woman has had an orgasm. I don't think there's been one that missed.
Really?
You sit on it and it vibrates a lot.
We're not sure if some of them were fake, but we know some of them were real.
Yeah.
In other words, it would be the direct opposite reaction than if you sat on me.
All right, here come the guys. Here comes the guys who operate the Sibian.
Oh, wait. This is happening now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me if it's good, though.
It'll only be on TV a little bit.
Everything happens now.
I didn't wear any underwear.
I know.
You're not wearing,
That's perfect.
that's okay. That's even better.
You said the magic words, honey.
You're not wearing underwear? Perfect. And by the way, it's totally clean, too, because we have a brand new... It's unwrapped in plastic. Show
always
Bingo.
a new one.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You're not supposed to put clothes on for the Sibian. You're supposed to take them.
Yeah, what are you, getting cold?
You want a poncho?
You think you'll get off on it?
I have no idea.
All right.
I'll
Are
let
you very
know.
orgasmic?
She
I
will.
am.
Yeah?
You're orgasmic? Good. But do me a favor. If you get orgasmic,
Listen.
be vocal.
Howard, she got soft raped by my mushroom dealer and had an orgasm against her will. So,
Yeah, you'll probably have an orgasm, and I'm hoping you'll have one.
yeah.
Oh, good.
And this guy's 70 years old.
Oh, it was
See,
horrendous.
I know Bingo will be totally honest with us as to
Yes.
whether it works.
Yes. Cool, yeah.
Bingo's like
the best.
She
Bingo's
has
the
no
best.
agenda, so she'll tell us.
Bingo, do you have an agenda? Are you an employee of Sibian? Do you own the Sibian? Do you own stock in the company?
I don't know Sibian.
I like Bingo.
She's a Sibian plant.
Get ready for an intense orgasm, according to every other girl that's ever done it.
It's been sterilized, baby.
All right.
It's been wiped down.
Can I take my headphones away?
Yeah,
They'll
you
tell
can
you
take
what
it.
to do.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Guys, what's the delay
Gary
on
will
the
tell you
Sibian?
what to do and then get yelled at for
Look,
it.
Gary's opening a brand new device. You see, it's wrapped in plastic. There
There
it
it
is.
is.
On the Sibian.
As you can see, there's no way we could have fucked with that.
I'm like, does that really look wrapped?
Gary opened it in a millisecond. You can see this is clean.
No.
It was taped.
What was that, Bingo?
I was wondering if you wanted to ride it.
No, you got to do it
Oh,
yourself.
I thought you said buy one for me.
No,
You probably
Ride
will
it
want
with
one.
me.
We don't
If
want
it's
to do
good, just let us know.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Bingo.
All right.
Sit on it, and we'll. It's very noisy, but I assure you it's safe. And Bingo's a player.
So here's the deal, Bingo. Here, I'll give you the short story. See this prickly part here? You should probably get your privates
Stuff?
right on that. Yeah, get your junk right on
Special parts?
right on that prickly part.
Get your
Your
junk on the
shameful
private.
I really
area.
want my. I really don't have panties on.
That's okay. It's all right. We don't
That's
mind.
really, I,
That's what every
They
girl's ever
won't
written
be
it down.
offended.
Okay.
They won't be
Right.
offended.
I'm going to ask everyone to quiet down so Bingo can concentrate.
okay.
All right, Bingo. Are your privates in place?
Yeah, they're in place.
All
How
right,
fast
good.
is this going to go? Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll start you off
like
I haven't done anything yet, so you sort of give me the signal where you want it to go, because it can go pretty high.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna jack you up to about 20-30% at first, and then you take it from there. Ladies and gentlemen, Bingo. Give her more than that, Gary, for Christ's sake. Let's
Come on,
get
she's a
going.
pro.
I'm a pro. I can handle it. That is nice.
That's nice, but it's going to get nicer.
Nice.
It's going to get nicer. Bring her up.
Does she go?
She goes fast.
Bring her up every 5 seconds, another 10%.
Okay, that's good.
A little more.
No, you can go more.
More.
What's this thing called?
Sibian. It's invented by Arnold Sibian.
Oh, wow.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
All right, just get into it.
Jesus.
A little higher, Gary. Come on, let's get going.
Okay. Am I supposed to have an orgasm?
Yes. Let us know. Let it out.
That's good.
If you don't, it's back to the rubber room.
Here we go. Bingo. Give her a little more, Gary.
Okay, that's good.
Bingo is shaking. Let out the noise, Bingo, so we know. Let us in on your...
You're disturbing her.
Okay.
I think she's done.
Let it out, crazy girl.
Okay, there's
Bingo.
There's several things going on. First of all, her eyes were tearing up. Okay.
Bingo. Did
That
it
was
happen?
real.
Can I keep this thing?
Yeah.
A souvenir for the wall?
Did it happen?
Yeah, I did. But I'm really easy, though. I'm like...
I thought you were going to make more noise, but it was. I could tell it was genuine.
You know how with most girls, I tell you, it's the eye flutters.
It's including the Sibian. It's okay.
Don't wipe it off.
Don't wipe off the Sibian. We
You
like.
don't have to do that.
There's a guy named Sal who does that with his tongue.
You know how I told you with most girls, it's the eye flutter that gives it away?
Yeah.
With Bingo, it was really cool. The veins in her head rose to the top. They really did.
That's her tell.
That was her tell.
Well, Bingo.
Oh, she's gonna have at least 2 pair.
Wow, Bingo. Hey, you're a player, Bingo. I like you.
Thank you for the...
Thank you. Thank you. Was that better than Doug? Honestly, is it better than Doug?
It was.
It was. Sorry, Doug.
She's gonna call her family. Guess what I did? I was on Howard Stern. How was that? I came once.
That's no fair comparing any man to an outboard motor.
Do you think the audience at home could hear Bingo's arrival?
Yes, I could hear her breathing. That's why I was telling you to be quiet, because that's what you were going to get, and it was very authentic.
Well, Bingo, it was very erotic seeing you in your party dress. It was awesome.
She's putting her Sibian thing in Doug's pocket.
How was that for you, Tito? You requested it.
That was very nice. Good job, Bingo.
Bingo's a star.
It seemed real. I mean, like I say, I've never been in the room when a woman's had an orgasm.
But that's what it would look like.
That seemed like a real one.
Yes,
See,
Ralphie.
Bingo cares about her audience.
Bingo does. Bingo is the Dane Cook of Sibian. Yes.
That was nice. A crazy broad on the Sibian.
It was unusual. I can't wait for it on Howard TV. That's the real exciting thing. Yes.
Do you have a picture of her up on the website yet?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, I'm sick of all these sane women we got coming in here.
Yeah, Bingo, you're my kind of girl.
Hey, I'm sort of with Doug. Like, fuck the audience. I mean, they don't know what they want. Like, he goes up and does his thing.
Where do you have an audience?
Ralph's fucking the audience.
With fuck the audience.
Yeah, I would say Ralph's got the same philosophy. Absolutely.
This is the guy who yelled out at the Shatner roast, set phasers to bomb during Andy Dick.
That's a good line. Okay, Ralph, thank you.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Ecstasy, that used to be the greatest drug ever, and then the government got involved, and they made it illegal because people were having too much fun, and they drove it underground, and now...
And that's when they started making shit that was all speedy.
Yeah, and that's why people are dying, because of the government, not because of the GH, whatever that chemical is.
MDMA.
Yeah.
All I know is Bingo's on another planet right now. How you doing over there, Bingo?
She's on ecstasy.
She's staring at the Sibian like she used to stare at Doug.
Do you have a bath mat or something she can sit on? I don't know how she gets.
Are you very damp? I noticed you were wiping down the Sybian. Were you embarrassed by that?
No, I'm not embarrassed. I'm just cleaning up after myself.
You're a good girl.
Paint her face or something.
What'd you say, Ralph?
Have her go paint her face now.
That's only during
paints.
episodes. Thank you, Ralph. Well, this has been a delightful interview. It really has. Doug, you bring your girlfriend in. She gets on the Sybian.
That was a surprise.
You talk about it all. You've always given your all to this audience. I know that.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure you have.
Sure.
And Doug, it's so great seeing you. Do you want to stay in for the news?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to get rid of you because I figured you wanted to go. But Bingo, you don't mind hanging out?
No.
All right, very good. We'll do the news when we come back. Robin has a whole bunch of stories for us. Doug Stanhope will stay here, and I told you, go see him
I'm going to run
tonight.
down and grab a cigarette, though.
For sure, go
do I
ahead.
have time for that?
Yeah, that cough isn't bad enough.
Yeah. That phlegm you keep hacking up, you're kind of losing it.
That's my impersonation of forget it. If I had the reference, that would have been funny.
We'll be right back. Bing will give you a chance to calm down over there. Right after these words.
So Steve Langford is like the head news guy here now. And we decided, well, somebody back here decided that Steve should have a desk back here. And we got him a desk over here. And Penny Croner's like throwing a shit fit, as usual.
So this is for real? It's a real desk?
Yeah, it's
real setup?
Yeah, it's Steve's desk. Yeah, right. Come on. Another one of her fucking dimwit brain things.
So she thinks that's the deal?
Yeah. She wants to know who authorized it. I said, well, maybe it was Gary. I don't know.
Steve, how long you can let this play out?
Well, listen, first of all, I want to thank Ronnie for this. And, well, I'm honored to be here. Just plain and simple.
It's a nice desk.
And I'm not kidding.
It's a nice setup.
This is great. I mean, who needs to, I just sit in the middle here and, get relaxed. Actually, yeah, you did set me up. It's
All right, good.
very nice, Ronnie. Thank you.
No problem.
This is very nice, and thank you for having me.
Oh, the greatest reporter. I love that intro. And I'm sitting in there working. And not only me, Shuli and everybody.
You are a jealous person.
Him and Lisa G have it sewed up. And Lisa G on the air.
You know why?
When are you going in there, Steve? Because believe it or not, I have work to do. I'm not going to stop you.
Good. Don't go there.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't go there.
Why?
You're making a big mistake.
Why? Is that sexual harassment?
Don't do that.
that might be.
Don't open her pants, man. Not a good idea. Not a good idea.
Steve, you ass kiss, white, brown nosing, cock sucking reporter.
Penny, if it's all about the team, why are you worried about your role?
Because he's not. Steve is a good reporter. He's a very good reporter. He's the best writer we have. All of that given, he is not the greatest reporter in the country.
Oh, just on this floor. That's right.
What?
You tell him, Gary.
Just on what?
This floor.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
How do you calibrate? Seriously, all jokes aside, how do you calibrate who's the greatest?
You don't. It's very hard to tell.
It's an opinion, right?
Right.
And that's Howard's opinion.
Well, if Howard has that opinion, he doesn't have a news team. He should just let Steve Langford run around and kiss ass all day and blow each other. That he's the best reporter. Yeah. What the fuck am I here for? You know I'm right.
You're gonna have to discuss this with somebody, I guess. I don't know.
Howard, Gary doesn't give a shit. Gary loves Steve. Gary and Howard. It's all about Steve. If I didn't need the money, I'd quit. I swear to God. I'm pissed.
Why are you pissed though? Because Steve is getting all the attention, or
I mean, you can still come back here and hang out. You could hang out in there all show if you wanted
Yeah, and then
to.
Tim Sabian comes in and tells me to get out. That's why I stand over here in the corner every day. You don't see me hanging in there during the show, do you?
You probably could if you wanted.
No, I don't want to get Ronnie or anybody in trouble.
All right.
Fine.
Yes, talk to him
You know what it
about
is? It's just like people make fun of me all the time. You know, you guys always pick on me. And this
When
guy's-
did I pick on you?
You know, you're one of my favorite people.
Oh, thank you. I cried. They really are making
You know, who's the one that stands where they're supposed to stand all day during the show?
Oh, she's so cute. She's mad.
You tell me to stand here, Ronnie, I stand
That's
here.
where you belong.
I'm waiting for Fred.
That's where you belong. You don't have a desk back here.
What are you waiting for Fred for?
I'm going to interview him for a Howard 100 News story.
Steve has a desk back here. He belongs back here.
Yeah, well, good for him. He's the greatest fucking reporter ever in the history of the universe, if you ask Howard.
Oh, I think so too.
You don't.
You gotta admit he is good, man.
He is good. There's no question about that. But we're a team.
You stink. I mean, it's just plain and simple. That's why Langford got the desk. You're lucky you're even here to begin with.
Get it off your chest once and for all. Once and for all. Why don't you get this
here and listen to the music when they go, and then Howard goes, the greatest fucking reporter ever, and we're a team. We're Howard 100
You're
News
not a
team.
great reporter. That's why you're here and you're on your way out.
News is competitive.
You guys are a team, but Steve heads the team.
He's your boss.
Just think.
He is not.
How many years have you been on?
He just said
he's your boss.
Penny, how many years have you been on television, Fox 5?
20.
And how many times have you interviewed Howard at those press conferences?
15, 20.
They invented the TV.
Oh, you're short and a midget, too.
What'd you say?
Why, we're not allowed to do that?
You're a newswoman.
Did you get it on tape?
And after
Did you
all
get that on tape, my friend Greg?
I think so. And after all those years on Fox, and after 15 news conferences, you've accomplished nothing. We don't want you. You're not good on the air. You're not interesting. Steve is. Now leave.
Good. I'm not leaving until Howard tells me to leave. I'm not leaving. And Ronnie says I can stand here, and I'm standing here. I gotta stand here until they get off the air.
You know what, though? You should take your argument to the air, because
I'm not
that's the
taking it
only
to
way you're going to get anything done.
You know, he's smart.
If you want anything done, that's the only way to get it
That's
done.
why he's got Steve as the head guy and not you.
Come on, she just wants to be one of the guys.
All right, you could be one of the guys.
That's me. You shouldn't have said that.
Get your goodbyes in and get the hell out.
Hey, Penny Crone's out in the hall crying real tears
Now,
right
what
now.
is she crying about?
I don't know.
She's upset that she didn't get to ride the Sibian? What is
I
the
don't
problem?
know. Penny Crone is one of our reporters on Howard 100. And
Is that the one we were just talking to in the elevator?
maybe
Probably not. You were probably with Lisa.
Yeah, I think it was Lisa.
Gary thinks she's nuts.
Penny Crone's the chick you're about to see pretend to cry for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because she came in and said, Howard's got to stop saying that Steve Langford is the greatest reporter. And it's like, what, he's in here doing what is it? Why are you crying? What's going on?
Firstly, I'm not crying, Howard.
Everyone says you are.
No, they're trying to make me cry.
What's wrong?
Steve Langford apparently has a desk now
Yeah.
with the Howard Stern peeps.
Yeah.
And you always say, you play that stupid music and say he's the greatest reporter ever. And we're a
Right.
team.
Right.
So it's like the
Penny,
Giants.
Penny, you can't possibly be for real.
No, I think it's wrong, Howard.
Do you think it's a legitimate statement that Steve Langford is the greatest reporter ever?
No, but what
Don't you
about the
think
rest
that
of us
that's-
back there? What
when
about
you come
Shuli
in-
and me? And
No. This is show business. Steve walks in and does the news every day. And it's Steve Langford, a Nobel Prize winning reporter.
he never won a Nobel fucking prize.
There's even a Nobel Prize for reporters.
Does she know that Howard Stern News is not the leading news source?
Who's this guy?
Doug Stanhope.
I've been listening to him. Don't put down Howard 100 News.
He's the greatest comedian ever, Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope won the Nobel Prize for comedy.
No, but you know what, Howard?
You're insane. How can you be a reporter?
Bingo is laughing at you.
What is going on with you? Are you insane? You're insane.
Would you like to tell her where she can go, Bingo?
Howard, you want to know what else she's upset by?
What?
She's upset by the fact that I gave Steve a desk in our office to sit at.
And what's the problem with that?
Why should he have a goddamn desk? Just, Howard, you and I have known each other how many
Why
goddamn
do you-
years?
He's waiting to go on rather than sit there in the hall, in the middle of the hall. They give him a place to sit.
But Ronnie doesn't let me move. I've got to stand back in the corner, and I'm waiting for Fred to do an interview with Fred, and I've got to stand there for like 2 hours till the show is over.
The Nobel Prize comes with a desk.
He did not win a Nobel Prize, Artie
Don't you
Lang.
think everyone knows he didn't win a Nobel Prize?
No, your fans think he's the greatest reporter ever. When you say something, Howard, it's gospel.
Oh,
and then,
stop it. My audience isn't that dumb.
No, yes.
You're saying
Okay,
yes, they
Howard,
are?
tell her she's okay too, and then
You won Penny Crone won the Nobel Prize.
I won
too.
3 Emmys, and Steve Langford, that pompous little ass, goes, oh, they were local, like Sam Simon. Sam Simon says, you've got little Emmys, I've got big Emmys, those are local Emmys.
Right.
Well, I won 3 Emmys, Howard. Come over to my house, I'll show them to you.
Oh, great.
But, I mean, you just...
You sound like a little girl.
Do you need a MySpace account? You know, you could put your Emmys on it.
Do you know Don Imus is one of the most 100 powerful?
Yeah, really. Why aren't you screaming about that?
I just think, Howard, you're in charge. You're the boss of the Howard Stern show. And you should say, A, he shouldn't have his own desk. A, and B, you shouldn't say he's the greatest reporter ever when you've got Shuli and Lisa G and all of us
he's
back.
He's great.
When we've got
he is good.
And when he's in here, he's the greatest reporter ever. That's it.
And when I come in, you just go, here's this
stop
fucking
it.
crazy woman who's always having nervous
you sound
breakdowns.
crazy now. I always talk about how great a reporter you are.
Never. I've never
All
heard
the
it.
time. Stop it.
I think
The
you're a
reason
fantastic reporter. I listen to Howard 100 News, and I think you're great.
You didn't even hear of her.
Yeah, do I listen?
You just asked me who's Penny.
Crone?
Well, I didn't know what her name was.
It doesn't matter. You know what, Howard? I cannot wait. Fred, I'm going to interview you, Fred. Is that okay?
Hey, Penny.
I'm waiting. I'm doing my job. I'm not
handle it.
beating off like Steve fucking Langford. This is the greatest job in the world.
All I can tell you is that
I just do my job.
You won 3 Emmys, but it's not a Nobel Prize, honey. And Steve's got the Nobel Prize.
He did not. You can't say that, Howard.
Penny, be a man and suck it up. Stop it. What is it, Ron?
Dude, you know, she's getting very much out of control out there. She called me a Jew midget. I should go right to HR with this.
You're a jidget.
I should go right.
Why don't you turn me in, Ronnie?
I mean, what? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with you. So Steve got a desk back there. Big deal.
Steve's got a desk. Howard, they make fun of me. Everybody makes fun of me every day.
I wonder why.
They call me a man. They say, Shuli, you'll say, don't, slam the car door on your penis. I don't have a penis.
Yeah, but you called
Jesus, this happens on the Howard Stern
really?
show?
That's what goes on in the Howard.
And you don't make fun of me. You just call me a Jew midget.
Oh, and you call me a man? And Artie doesn't.
No. Did I ever call you a man?
What did I do?
That's your buddy Sal called you a man. Did I ever call you a man?
You guys should have a cock off.
I stopped.
Howard, you know what? I thought you were my friend.
I am. I love you.
I love your parents. I love your sister.
I love you.
You know, I love Beth.
I love you.
I love your dog.
And by the way, I wrote a letter to HR. Did they stop hitting you with dildos on your head?
Yes.
Oh, good. All right, thanks.
She just got a new brooch from. This is from QVC.
Isn't this pretty, Robin?
Joan Rivers thing.
I didn't know what that was. I was like, why is she wearing
that's
that
the thing, Howard. I don't think it's fair, okay? Can you just, everybody lay off of me just for a month?
Yeah,
Even
then you'd go
Sam
insane.
Simon is picking on
and
me now.
why on that jacket would you put a brooch like that?
See, I told you. What's your problem?
All right.
Am I done?
I'm always amazed when I've listened to this show that people that have been with the show, like you would think you'd get a thick skin immediately.
No,
like,
she hasn't. She doesn't have it, dude. Believe me.
She's getting
Do you
thinner
purposely
skin.
hire people who will constantly get upset about shit, or not just you? I'm talking about.
It just seems. Please listen, Howard. Okay, can everybody just listen to Howard? Please, I'm talking
listen.
to you.
All right.
Okay. Could you just ask people?
Oh dear.
Howard.
Yeah. Gary, give Steve a bigger desk.
Could you
Biggest desk you can find.
And put a sign on it that says "World's Greatest Reporter."
Could you just?
I want Steve to have a giant desk that says "World's Greatest Reporter." On it. Want a hand carved. Go ahead.
And you know he'll have it.
Nobel Prize.
I can't help it.
He'll have it.
What is so funny? There's nothing funny. Howard, can I just talk to you because I never see you in the hallway?
I want Steve's desk to take up half the office.
And it will. You know what?
Give him that entire office.
Can I just talk to you one-on-one and then I'll leave?
All right, fair
Because I
enough.
never bother you, right? I always stand where I'm supposed to stand.
Right.
Howard, all I'm asking is that you tell everybody to respect me. Okay, let Steve have his own desk. Everything else, just tell people to stop making fun of me. That's all I ask, like Sal and Richard and everybody.
And one day she'll do a favor for you. Don Stern.
Give Steve the whole 36th floor. All right.
I don't. Here's what I don't understand. It's either you complain about George Flowers was no good in here.
What's with your mic? Well,
He just jammed it into his face.
You see what you're doing?
Pull the mic away from your
The
face.
microphone's in your eyeball. Yeah, right. Go ahead now. Talk.
Okay. Steve Langford's the worst. George Flowers was no
didn't
good.
say Steve was the
Lisa
worst.
G, why is she back here?
Well,
She doesn't belong back here.
Well, what am I, dog shit?
Why isn't it me?
Julie got to sit on the show yesterday.
Why aren't I sitting in Artie's chair? How come I'm not sitting in Artie's chair?
But if the whole news
Why am I
department has
standing
a
in the
role-
hall? Why am I standing in the hall?
Kenny, Shuley sat in yesterday as a comedian, not as a news person.
But he's still a part of the news department,
He's the guy
okay?
who always sat in on
So you
the
got
show.
Lisa G, you got George Flowers, you got...
Lisa G is the one who comes in and gives the news update in the morning, and so
Okay,
does...
you know, whatever, Howard. I thought we were friends. I thought that you would go to bat for me and just
Bat
tell
for you for what?
Tell everybody just stop, like Sal and all these peeps and the people in the Howard 100 News.
All right.
You know what Mel Karmazan said to me?
What?
Get out!
Who's Mel Karmazan?
Yeah, name drop anytime.
He eats
Is
at
that
my
what he
friend
said?
at Rosanna Scotto's restaurant. He says every time he goes in there and they mention my name, he loses his appetite. I mean, even the
Oh, here we go.
everybody.
Well, I'm asking everyone to give Penny a lot of respect.
Penny, I'm upset too. Earlier,
You know, that really worked when you did that for Underdog Lady.
No, you've got to earn respect. You got to stop all the nonsense. You got to stop being angry at your coworkers. You can't complain because the guy's working at a desk. If I say Steve's the greatest reporter, it's part of the persona. And if Lisa G comes in here and Shuley comes in here, it doesn't mean we don't like you. You're almost
You're in here
tantruming like a
lot.
child. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
You're in here a lot more
Yeah.
than most
We
people.
do love you. I love you.
You know what?
I love you.
Fred, I'm doing, unlike Langford and everybody, I'm doing my job. When this show is over, will you do a quick interview with me? Absolutely. For Howard 100 News?
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Howard.
Penny, I
keeping it
agree.
professional.
I agree with you. Earlier today, Howard alluded to the fact that I might have a weight problem, and I'm very upset about it. That's got to stop. I got to get a thicker skin.
Yeah, and I don't want my songs played.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? You all have your own sections, and Steve Langford's now sitting in the with you guys, and I'm the one that's my beat is the Howard guys. You know, like
It's
Sal and Rich
it's
and Will
everybody's
and-
beat.
No, it's my beat.
It's the Howard Stern show.
It's my beat.
It's not your beat.
It's my.
No, it's not.
Penny, get me some Pop-Tarts, number 138. And
I'm feeling more and more
Get back out in the hall where you belong, please.
More and more sane, you say?
All right, thank you. Ronnie, with those headphones.
I know.
Not
Bingo
on.
said she's feeling more and more sane after
No.
that.
Yeah, Bingo, you seem normal
No,
in here.
I feel great.
There's nothing wrong
Let's
with
go
you.
off the
How do
meds.
you work
it's fine.
here? And oh my God.
Penny,
I don't want to talk anymore.
Penny, come on.
Where's Langford sitting at his fucking desk?
Yeah.
You want to see him? Come here, I'll show you. Sit down.
Penny, that was good. I like that. That was great.
Look at this
She put a sign up already.
All right, everyone give Penny some room to
Hear what he says?
I think she needs some room. That's all she said.
Let me take a break. I need another part.
We're going to take a break. Bingo, you
Come talk to me. Come talk to me.
What? I'm done, Greg. Talked enough. What?
Where is he? What's the deal now? Do you feel like
Steve
you
Langford, I think Howard said to everybody, give me a break, and I think that they will. And I don't think Howard realizes. He knows how. Howard, the one thing about Howard is he's not a prima donna. He's a real human, and he's asked that people like you, Sal, give me some respect.
Sorry, pal. Do you think things are going to change now? Do you think, now
Yeah.
that Howard's gotten involved?
I do.
So what did
you
I
hear what he
tell
said?
you? You have to go
Did
in
you hear what
there.
he said? He said that you're supposed to respect me.
I do. I was talking to you man to man, like being nice to you.
Hey.
I'm waiting for Fred. Okay. Is that okay? Yeah. And would you ask these? You're in charge. Would you ask these guys to leave me alone? Would you ask them to leave me alone?
Leave her alone now. Howard said to give us some space.
Okay.
All right.
Penny, we're going to leave you alone, but do you think Steve's desk is still unjustified?
Yeah.
I'm assuming Penny was just hired to hold Steve's balls while he takes a shit.
This just in, Penny has poured gasoline on Steve's desk.
She could learn a lot from him.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll reconvene right after these words.
You know what? That's really wrong.
Is he on the air?
He's already in commercial. She's in there screaming how it's in commercial already.
We're off the air, right?
no, we're not. Now we're back on the air.
I don't want to be on the air.
We're on the air.
Well, I came in because I thought we were off the air.
I threw us back on the air. I didn't
Yeah,
even
nobody
go.
wants to be in here with you when we're
What
off
are you
the
saying?
air.
Right,
Nobody wants to
Gary?
be. I don't want to be off the air
Gary?
with you. What? What?
Who are you?
I'm just some random jack off.
He's Doug. That's the greatest comedian
We're
ever.
on the air, right?
Penny, go tie yourself up and shut up.
Really? What's going on?
You're getting annoying now.
I'm getting annoying now. Yeah, I'm Artie Lang. My refrigerator's full of my mother's food.
Exactly.
No, I'm jealous about that, by the way, Artie. Anyway, we're on the air. I thought we were off.
Can we just
Penny,
stay
you
on
can't be for real, I hope.
What about, what did she wanted to say?
What did you want to say?
Off the air?
I just thought of him saying that remark, and you don't even know me about this guy's
I do now. I didn't know you before.
balls. And, I go out there and I'm doing my job.
I'm doing my job, too.
Sal, that sign over Penny said is inappropriate.
What did it say? I couldn't read it.
Let's stop that. See?
Howard,
Yes.
please tell them to seriously.
Everyone stop.
Please.
Everyone stop, please.
Are we calling the children in and giving them a lecture?
Yes.
Penny, I think you're the best reporter on Howard 100 News.
In the room right now.
Can we get?
What's your problem?
I thought we were off the air. I came in to talk to Howard about the way that he was talking about me and stuff.
Who,
And
Doug?
Oh, she's turning you in.
Doug Stanhope. Yeah.
Goddamn Pee Wee Herman outfit he's fucking.
Talk to the Jew midget.
That was hurtful.
I'm done.
What's wrong?
All
No,
right.
you
Is there any way that you and I could have
No,
a meeting?
never.
And you could just give these people a memo?
No.
Please tell us what's
I don't get. Talk to Tim Sabian. I don't
You have
run
to go
this
through
thing.
Gary.
Talk to
Everybody
Ronnie.
goes through
Gary, can you do? You're the boss.
Do it. Just write a memo.
What's the question?
Would you get that thing?
Talk to Ronnie. Ronnie's a Jew. He loves pennies.
Gary, could you?
Come see me, Penny.
Leave
and
her alone. Everyone leave Penny alone.
We'll schedule something for 2007.
No, seriously.
When someone's at the
Everyone leave.
borderline of breaking like that, there
Yeah.
is that party that wants to kind of push
No,
you there.
I don't. Leave Penny
No,
alone. Everyone.
I don't know her. I just,
She's all bullshit anyway. It's fine.
See, I'm not sure she's as much bullshit as you think, and that's
I
why
don't
it's
know
weird.
who's bullshit, but I got to get to
I
a break.
can't tell which is the bullshit and which is real.
And that's why you're making her crazy, Artie. Artie's pissing her off now.
I love that.
This is crazy. I mean, if I say Steve Langford's the greatest reporter, it's not a knock against Penny.
It's just the truth.
All right,
It
let's
just
take.
means she's not the greatest. That's
Where
all.
would you rank Penny?
Penny's terrific. She
mean, if
would've
you had to
been
give her
here.
a
She's the most
number.
terrific reporter.
She's the most terrific, and he's the greatest.
Doug,
What's
bingo.
up?
That was an interesting appearance.
that was fun.
Did it work out the way you thought it would?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't want to. I knew they'd go like as soon as the mental thing came up. I knew that it would turn into all about her. But I didn't want to. I didn't plan it that way, but I kind of figured that's how it would go. I didn't know you'd ride the Sibian.
Yeah, what did
I didn't know
feel
what
like?
I didn't know what it was. Like, I've always heard him talking about it, but I thought it was something that like,
We should
like
get one. You
build up.
Like a very powerful vibrator. But I'm good with my hands. My hands are real good too. But but we should get one.
You were pretty much convulsing. Like we could see the veins in your head sort of pop out. Like it was legit. Some girls fake it on there. That didn't seem fake.
Yeah, porn stars. They'd have to.
Well, they're used to the.
Yeah, fake it. Yeah, it's not they're here to push themselves as porn stars.
But you legitimately had a little work.
Yeah, but again, like I said, I can. It's easy for me. So.
She can come in a rape.
Do you want to pose with me?
No.
Oh, come on, take a picture with the guy.
See, how can you say we're supposed to stop picking on you when you won't even take a picture? Come on, Penny.
Not with
Work for the show.